Everybody, it's me, Do It Like Danny, and I am cooking. It's my favorite thing to do, and as you can see in our studio, it's totally dark. All the audience has gone home. All the people are no longer here, which means we won't be having an episode this week, so I'm so sorry. As I drink my wine and I cook my chicken, I want you all to have a lovely week as we head into October soon. Oh, what a great time. I will say this. We have a brand new Instagram page. It's Do It Like Danny. Do It Like Danny Show. Like, follow, find it.
Wait. Of course there's an episode. It's Monday. Don't listen to that guy. I found you guys an episode. This is something I've been wanting to share for a while, but once we made the switch from audio to video, it didn't really have a place. I mean, I couldn't just throw it in there, but now I can because there is no video today. So this one we shot after our New Year's episode. In fact, that night we kind of had a lot of extra audio that could be turned into, well, let's see how many. Let's not even ruin it for you guys. This one's pretty funny, and yes, you can tell all of us have been drinking. So hopefully we'll see you next week, and let's get to this episode.
I'm going to tell a million stories, and maybe one will hit home, and you'll be like, wow, that happened to me. And it's not about me. What is? You know, television is a very, very crazy beast. I learned so much at Tyra. This is real emotion. This is something that I experienced.
I want the world to see what I have always seen, and that is the love that you have for just being yourself.
I love this person who knows who he is, who can make people laugh.
I think the script I gave you was a little bit different, but I'll take that.
Okay, sorry.
I'm drinking at work because it's my show. I drink on my show.
There we go.
At least I noticed.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if we had been recording?
Louis' cousin Louis.
Oh,
2 hours.
Not recording.
Well, we were only like 5 minutes into that. That's good.
That was good though. Hey everybody, welcome to Do It Like Danny. We've been talking, and Louis, the producer, has not been recording us.
It was only 5 minutes. At least it wasn't 2 hours.
I mean, 5 minutes of pure audio gold.
Could you reenact that?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. How has your day been? We should all recap.
Oh my God, my cheeks are.
I'm so lost by that.
God.
Oh my God, we were like cuneiforming with Darnella.
You know what's funny? As I was sitting here and I go, I don't remember hitting the button. And I look down and I go, oh, I didn't.
I'm like giving my Pantages performance.
I'm just glad it was in a whole episode. Boy, you guys would have murdered the shit out of me.
You probably shouldn't have just said anything.
Just let it go.
Like, that was good, you guys. We'll let you know when it's gonna air.
And then you would have hit me up as you're going on to fucking Hawaii.
Yeah.
Remember that episode we recorded? Okay, so I got to tell you now, nothing happened.
Oh my God.
How awful would that have been?
Man.
Well, you did preface the dry run with, I'm not sure when this is going to air, so we wouldn't have known.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my cuneiform. So, for those of you at home, you should have listened to our January episode to get the cuneiform or
Cunia.
Andrew Cunanan.
Every time you hear that now, you have to drink.
Oh my gosh.
This is what led to Louis not pushing the button.
Oh yeah, probably. So have you all been? How's your year been going?
You know, you've repeated that like 3 times. Now who's Darnella? And I'm fired.
But you were recording.
So true.
So now I'm bringing it back. I'm reliving the moment.
Oh my God.
And you have the audacity to throw stones
Oh my God.
at my little glass house.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
So I asked the question again. How have you all been? It's been so long.
It's been so long.
I can't believe we're here again, Darnella.
I know, right?
And
Oh
to
my gosh.
think what Kirstie Alley died how many years
Oh.
ago?
R.I.P. God, are we starting?
Why
off
is that
with
bad? Is that bad?
Oh.
Aren't we celebrating her life? Could you?
Oh my God, that's so bad.
Why is that bad? What did I miss? I missed that.
Well,
She
we were on a
died-
high note.
She
My
did
God.
just
And we
pass,
kinda-
right?
yeah.
Years ago. I mean, we don't know when it's going to air.
Is it 2025? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In memoriam.
Oh man, imagine listening to this like 2 years later.
Right?
So, Daniel, are you keeping up with Sharon Osbourne? No.
Back in 2022, she fell ill. She was filming something in Santa Paula. Santa Paula.
Where is that?
North,
Near
30
Fillmore?
minutes outside of Santa Barbara, I believe. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
called
yeah.
Santa Paula.
No, I'm sorry. Santa Paula.
Oh, Santa Paula.
I was trying to
okay.
be funny.
Okay.
You fucked up my
Yeah.
joke.
Well, it was not a
You're
great
trying
joke.
to be proper, according to you.
Yeah, nobody laughed.
But according, well, they are in their cars. They are in their cars.
No, they're laughing now. But what? Then? Not then.
Yes, so self-proclaimed of a comedian that you are.
Don't come for me, boo. Don't come for me, boo.
And that's how you wrap the story around. Yes. See what I started? So, yeah, so she was filming something most recently as of the end of the year last year in 2022, and she fell ill. Although I don't know what she fell ill from. It was never really truly released, and I believe she went back to filming. But the interesting part is she had claimed that they had all moved back to the UK, and then she miraculously appears in Santa Paula, you know, which is almost to Santa Barbara, outside 30 minutes outside of Ventura. There we go. Right. So shocking. Who knew? Who knew? I have no idea what's going on with her right now at this point.
Well, there was a photo of Ozzy recently, and he is hunched over and looks horrible.
Poor guy.
I mean, that's every year.
You know, I saw him at Comic-Con in 2022, and he didn't look too bad for his age.
He's like the living Weekend at Bernie's. Like, he really is. I mean, come on, people.
I would argue that
I mean, what table am I sitting at? The fucking millennial proper table?
Oh my God, give me a break.
I'm an Aussie
Give
fan. I
me
can't
a break.
condone
I know.
that.
I'm an Aussie fan too. Was he
Angelo,
like
are you
hunched
selling
over?
a house? Are we boring you? What's happening with that?
I'm
Your
seeing
notes?
who's on Grindr. Just keeping up with you, boo.
That's so January.
So 2020.
Yeah, so I mean, God bless Ozzy. He's been alive for, a lot long.
100 years.
And the fact that he has done what he has done and is still able to function on a daily basis, God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless them. What's happening in my
Oh,
life?
the production lights went out.
Yeah.
Time to close up
Oh, they're on a
shop.
timer. Yeah.
Are
We should
they?
we should click them. Click them.
Where are they?
Click them. Click them.
Look, see, no, they clap on. It's not the clap on. Click.
No, honey, I don't have the clap.
See the green box.
It's not the clap on.
The green box next
there,
to
the green box right
the
there.
red.
In the middle. In the middle.
Mickey, yeah, just there's a little black button.
Oh, gosh.
Push.
Push.
See it? See, it's right there. Come on, you can.
Am I hot, cold? I don't know. Oh, something
you
else.
killed
went
all
off.
the lights.
Do you see a black button? We can, what?
It's right there. Why do I see it?
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There
Well,
we
that
go.
didn't do anything.
No. Now reach inside the planter, and there's another green box in there.
Jesus Christ.
Click that one, please.
I'm sure everybody's riveted.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just so
he can edit this
riveted.
out. We don't care.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
And then behind
we're
the
back.
snowflake, there's a black box.
Why weren't all of these lights on in the first place?
They
by the
were.
way?
They're on a timer.
They're supposed to be ambulance. Ambiance.
Well, this one's a little different.
No, there's a little black box. There you go. There you go. Just move the little knob. It's like somewhere in there.
Okay, I don't think we need to waste airtime for this. Do we really need this on?
You just made me
Yeah,
dim the light.
Yeah, we was like,
That is because you have 7-Eleven lights in your studio.
Yes, but you found the Slurpee, so shut the fuck up.
We go back to Kirstie Alley.
She died.
oh.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Thanks to Portos for catering her funeral. All right.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Is that COVID?
Now we're back.
Oh, long COVID.
Long COVID. Hi, welcome to long COVID.
You may have bronchitis.
No, I've got some sort of there's mold in my apartment or something. I'm dying. I have cancer.
Yikes. Stop it. Oh,
God.
Thank you.
This is the episode of Aw.
When did they get hurt all of a sudden? We've been ripping on each other all fucking night for months now, and all of a sudden they're like, "Aw." Like, how much is that fucking doggy in the window? And they're like, "Nah." They're all tomorrow. Tomorrow, Rusty the cat will get euthanized. Aww.
Oh, man.
What the fuck? God, how am I the bad guy on this? Angelo's selling houses over there.
Yeah.
He's trying to brush up. He's trying to brush up on his celebrity gossip.
Well, Vivienne Westwood passed away at 81.
Who's that?
You don't know who she is?
Oh, see, this is what happened.
Does Madonna talk about her? Vivienne Westwood.
So
Sex
fashion
in
designer.
the City?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's interesting. Again, the straight man knows.
I saw it on Twitter.
Well, okay,
Straight
so
woman knows.
if this is all just random, how do you feel about the Todd Chrisley scandal?
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a
wait,
good question.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What the fuck is that?
All right, so
Who is
he's
Todd
a
Chrisley?
gay man.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's not gay? Oops,
not?
my bad.
He's not gay, right?
He's totally fucking gay. So, I don't care
Are you
what.
allowed to say totally?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It emphasizes how gay they are.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, then he's fucking gay. I won't say totally.
Thank you.
You're right. My bad. My
For
bad.
those
I'm so sorry. For
listeners
those
out
of you who want to shun me for totally.
I love it.
Direct the letters to Danny.D.
Yeah.
Oh, man, when this show goes crazy.
So listen,
wild.
so, he got arrested back in 22? Again, Angelo, old stuff. But
Yeah.
he is going to prison.
20,022? Yes. What?
That was a weird way to say that.
Yes,
20,022.
20,022. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
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 In the year 20,022.
I think he was indicted, not so much arrested. I mean, was he arrested? I think he was.
I mean, he's going to prison. He's going to
prison, yeah.
whatever, federal prison. He's going to be someone's bitch.
Wait, for what?
He might
why?
enjoy it.
Fraud,
Treason, I don't know. Kidnapping, being gay, I don't know.
Oh my God.
mail fraud, or it's all fraud. It's all related to loans.
Lies! Darnella, lies!
Yep.
Oh, here she goes. Oh,
12 years.
he won't serve
He'll
that.
serve-
Oh yeah, it's a
They
federal.
will, they're
it's a
not.
federal.
They're not going to make. Listen, if Martha didn't serve her full time, they're not going to make
Martha's gangsta.
This is true, which is why she served as long as she did.
Yeah.
But this homo, she's going to die in prison. They're going to rape her.
Oh,
I'll take his place.
It's a girl
Is
or a
this
guy?
I'll tribute. I'll volunteer.
Aye.
Tribute.
Todd Chrisley had a show on one of these network channels.
Chrisley knows
best.
everything, or
Well, apparently he didn't know he was going to jail.
yeah. Well, he was doing bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Bad butt stuff.
Then
Okay,
you
so
should be
listen,
in prison for the rest of
is-
your
is-
life.
Okay, listen. Is he
Gasps
gay?
in
Is he
Spanish.
gay or is he not gay?
So-
Wait, hold on. Darnell's having her own conversation. Can you look that up, please? Thank
No,
you.
it's not going to say. Is he gay or is he not?
Darnella, it's all speculation.
So
Okay, got it.
allegedly,
she has a
he's-
All right.
drawl, and she walks with a
Yeah.
in her walk.
Apparently, he had an affair with his business manager at one point.
Who's a man?
But he's married and has kids and a family and so forth.
Got it.
But it's alleged.
God, yes.
I would trust Danny considering that he did work with many, many people who
it.
did turn out to be gay.
What is Tom Cruise up to?
Wow.
John Travolta.
Is that this episode?
Oh my
We are
God,
like-
yeah.
We are
So listen,
slinging it
Yeah.
against the wall.
are they?
Celebrity Corner,
Are
we're
they?
back.
Yeah. Are they?
Well, there's a book called "You'll Never Spa in This Town Again," and it details John Travolta, and
Tom Cruise?
Claude Van Damme
Oh, I've heard of John
having.
I didn't know JC was a little on our side.
Oh yeah, I actually.
But he's French. You can't really count that.
That's it's like that song.
I love
European.
that,
about
Louis.
gay
I
or
love that you said that.
Europeans, they're up for everything.
Gay or European, they're open. They're so much more forward than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People in the U.S. are like, you gotta,
Yeah,
you
no,
gotta wear
that's true.
clothes. And in Europe, they're like, man, what is this clothes? We don't care.
Yeah, they'll pick you off the street and go, "You want to have some fun? All
Yeah,
right."
Here you go. For €5.
Yeah.
John Travolta?
Oh,
yeah.
How
yeah.
are you shocked?
Yeah.
This was
You
like a
didn't
couple
know?
years
Tom
ago.
Cruise?
Honey,
No, not Cruise.
He's not been the only one that you're the one that I want, okay?
John
And
Travolta?
Jodie Foster is straight.
Who?
No, she's gay. She's gay. She's gay.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
she?
yeah, yeah.
Is she?
Yeah, yeah,
Are you
yeah.
sure?
I mean, I'm not sure, but I believe that she is.
Was there any? Okay, going back to Danny. Was there anybody that you met, high celebrity, that you're like, I think he's gay, but nobody's ever said anything.
In high school?
No, a high celebrity
Oh,
that he's
okay.
run into, like a Jean Travolta.
I didn't
Somebody
think
like that.
I didn't think John Travolta like
Okay, this is my question. Thank you for the judges. We'd like to let Danny answer at this time. Thank you. So can I get that rephrased? Can I get the Latin meaning? No, no. Actually, you know what? I had an interaction with Tom Cruise, and I felt that he might be on the,
You?
Gextrum, which is the gay spectrum. But he was very nice. It was really hard to tell. I had always heard also rumors about Will Smith.
Oh,
I've heard about it.
Yeah, I remember Will Smith. I'd heard, and then here's the interesting part too. Like I don't know if this is down Angelo's alley because it's old news. But
Oh wow.
but what is her name from the Red Table? What is his wife?
Jada Pinkett.
So apparently the guy that she cheated or had an uncoupling or whatever she did
Came
with.
out.
Entanglement.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It was a good
Good
Disney
word.
movie. And
As you said in the previous episode. Yeah, go on.
And so that guy ended up coming out as gay,
Oh, that's
which
interesting.
is that now makes me wonder. Like,
So is he though?
who?
The guy that
She had the entanglement with?
Well, I mean, if he came out, why would you lie?
Well,
Yeah,
here's the next
yeah.
question,
I mean,
because
he's
very open
you've
about
worked
it.
in Hollywood, and you know that things, not everything, but some things
One
are
of
made
these
up.
things is not like the other.
Some of these things are made up for publicity,
Yes.
and
Was that like Amber Heard, Angela? Was I like Amber Heard? Yes.
That's the way you leaned into the mic.
Yes. 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 There are so many stories that are contrived, if you will, in order to boost a celebrity's publicity, scandalness, and over them. Listen, any publicity is better than no publicity, and that
Correct.
rings true. And that maybe that started back in the day, but to this day, that still is.
So if I can, at the risk of dating myself, do you remember
Too late.
when Lincoln? No, do you remember
more like Washington, bro.
when Eddie Murphy just happened to pick up a tranny on Santa Monica Boulevard? And
Well, so did what's his name?
Robert
What's-
Downey,
Yeah, and so did Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
Grant.
Thank
What,
you.
was she a
Hugh Grant.
tranny?
Yes. And by the way, you can't really say tranny. I found this out. Yeah, my roommate, my
my
new roommate is like,
God.
you can't say tranny. We grew up
He's
with
not
tranny.
going to listen to this anyhow.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tranny.
well here.
So,
Do transsexuals use that term still, though?
Well, here's the thing.
I'm not hip enough.
Well,
What
and
do
me
we call
neither.
it?
I grew up. I shouldn't say I grew up. I lived in Las Vegas with, and I'm going to call them trannies.
for this time period, let's be honest. For
Be
this time period.
fair. They loved being called trannies. There was nothing negative at all whatsoever.
Right.
So for me personally, I'm not a tranny, but I don't understand why it's such a big chutzpah.
What are they referred to as now? Or
Transsexual.
Okay.
Transsexual,
So, okay.
yeah.
So I shortened it.
Transitioning, transsexual.
It's like Daniel, Danny, tranny, transsexual.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. For the sake of argument, It was a tranny back in the 80s.
Thank you.
Yes,
So what
yeah.
was interesting about that, though, is that so he denied it. Eddie Murphy denied it, and so forth, and it was a big scandal. Years later, I saw a little article in Frontiers magazine. If you remember that,
Yeah.
Louis, I know you read that quite a bit.
So
This was a gay
For those
rag.
that don't know about Frontier, when you
was a gay
frequented gay
A bar.
bars, in the front of the bar, there was like a magazine stand.
Equivalent to Alley Weekly.
True. And
You guys had
everything
your own
was
magazine?
free.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And
didn't know
it was
that.
like
Yeah.
it was like the ins and outs of the gays. And meanwhile, in the back was like escort services.
okay.
Yeah.
So it was,
So like what you find in Vegas.
So there were
yes.
Gotcha.
there was literally a small little article how that person that Eddie Murphy picked up fell out of a window and died.
Interesting.
So do you think it was on
So
purpose?
It
How
was,
long ago was this?
Oh God, this is 80s.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you read it.
Yeah.
So it happened in the 80s and you read it in the 80s?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah. But it was just so interesting to me because when I read it, to me it was like, oh wow, that's not a fall out of the window. That is
No.
something else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you think about
Especially
the
when it's
power
from the
behind
second
Eddie
floor.
Murphy. Yep. yeah. The curb. Anyway, I don't know why it was so random to bring that up.
It's okay. It was old. You brought it up. It's good.
Of course, my genre.
Wow.
So Martha Washington had a really fascinating story.
Is that George Washington's first little lady? Yeah, got it.
So
God
back to
bless us
Kirstie
all.
Alley. Yeah,
She's
young.
dead.
Wow. How old was she again? 70?
Cheers. I mean, what?
Cheers.
Oh, my God. Wow.
No, he was referencing the show.
Wasn't
He
that her
wasn't
show?
I mean, were you?
Cheers.
Wasn't that
It's a
her show,
Yeah.
Cheers?
Yes.
Cheers.
We weren't cheering.
Yes, I wasn't cheering. I was like, cheers.
Was this the only show she was on?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Didn't she do movies too? Just a couple here and there.
With John Travolta.
Like National
Yeah, with John
Lampoon.
Travolta.
So I read an interesting book when she was with Parker Stevenson about their lives, and they spent a shitload. Am I able to say load?
Absolutely.
Okay, they spent a shitload of money on coke.
But wait, isn't Parker
What?
gay?
Is he?
Okay, well, when Louis was asking you earlier who else, did that not come to mind? Parker, I don't think so.
I don't think.
I've never heard that.
I don't know.
I've never
I
heard
haven't
that.
heard it either.
Sean Cassidy, I could maybe believe.
Really?
Bisexual
know.
Sean, I think.
Oh.
But
Everyone listening is like, who are these people?
no, you're Garrett.
You guys are doing a
Harry
Google storm right now.
Styles and Billie Eilish.
I
mean,
Billie
that was
Eilish.
Parker Stevenson was married to Kirstie Alley.
Yes.
I
And
didn't
the
know
Hardy
that.
Boy, you didn't know that.
I knew him from Hardy Boys, but I did not know that they were actually married. So is
Oh,
he
yeah.
also in Scientology?
That I don't remember being
What
part of
does
the
he
story.
look like now?
But they spent a ton of money on parties. They blew so much money. It's crazy, like $40,000 a party. And we're talking,
wow.
oh yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting read, but Kirstie kind of lost her way towards the end. I don't know if she went on some rants about politics and towards the end. I mean, I don't know,
I don't know.
but
By then, she was already
We were
blackballed
supposed to
from
know
Hollywood,
everything.
so you didn't pay attention.
she was a light bulb?
She was blackballed in
Blackballed.
Hollywood.
Oh, blackball.
Yeah.
Blackballed.
Oh, who
So you
has a
didn't really
big
pay. I mean, I never paid attention.
Oh, he still has his old daddiness, Parker Stevenson. I'm looking up
Yeah,
a
yeah.
photo of him.
Yeah.
Look at those eyes.
Yeah.
They're so piercing.
Yeah.
I mean, he can get it. I'd be like, hi.
Yeah.
So she's dead now? Is he alive? He's
Oh
alive though, right?
my
No, he's alive
gosh,
still.
Daniel.
He's moving in.
What did I do?
So what
Parker.
80s star Daniel stands out to you that you kind of
I was high in the 80s. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Was I alive? Was I-
Oh.
So just if we're on celebrities, I saw a picture of Joan Collins, almost 90, looking absolutely amazing.
Really?
Yes, because back in the day when she and Diane were getting plastic surgery, it was like
Diane.
good. Diane
Diane.
Carroll. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Diane
I
Carroll.
was just.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Diane Carroll. When
Diane
they were
Carroll had plastic surgery.
honey,
Jones?
all of the Dynasty crew did. And Joan will say that she didn't, but she lied.
Yeah. But even if she did, she still looks great.
Exactly. But
And-
see, back then, it was like true plastic surgery. Like, plastic surgeons really took to their art. And that was the whole point. Now, it's like a laser, a suck of this, and you look like Madonna. Have you seen Madonna?
She looks terrible.
Oh, my
She looks fucking hideous.
What? She looks like the devil reincarnated.
He looks awful.
Yeah,
And I feel
scary.
so
Oh my
bad
God.
because she's like, she's like a Cupid doll, like at a bad carnival.
Yeah.
Like, just knock her
The
down and get her out of there.
eyebrows are shaved.
Well,
the
she
red-
got too much of the filler. The filler is the killer. Too much filler,
is
and
the
her lips
Yeah.
are like all like a baboon's butt. Worse than Lisa Rinna. Oh, sorry. I know
You
you
leave Lisa out of
I know.
this.
Oh my God. Here we go.
You know who else looks incredible? If I just may say, and I
Oh,
know
no.
I'm going to date myself,
gonna
Jacqueline
say it?
Smith.
I love Jacqueline
Right.
Smith.
Is she alive?
I absolutely
Yes,
yes,
she died too.
Wow.
No, she
you
is
leave
not.
her alone.
I
What
love
is
her.
wrong with you,
I
Daniel?
Oh,
love
these two
Cousin
are meant
Angelo.
to be on
Cousin
the show
Angelo.
together. Right?
I
Yeah.
love Jacqueline
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Of all of the Charlie's Angels back in those days, she was my number one fave.
Yeah. God
My
rest
number
her
one
soul.
fave.
Cunha! And let's move on to like celebrities that are alive now.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes.
So let's
yes.
bring it back to Celebrity Corner. So I will
yep.
say this this show premiered last year in 2022, towards the end of the year, and the name of it was Wednesday. Have you had an opportunity to view Wednesday on Netflix?
I started watching it and I lost interest.
Thank you. Thank you. Was
Okay.
it not boring?
Oh, wow.
However, hold on. I did finish it. And it does get a little bit more interesting if you do get involved. But that first episode, a first episode should make a show, should not break a show. And if it hadn't been for somebody else to tell me to keep going, I would have never watched it past the first episode.
I'm so shocked I did.
Yeah.
Because I
Are you?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
thought it was done well. I thought that I didn't like what's the mom? What's
Christina
Adam?
Ricci?
No, not Christina
I'm sorry.
Ricci. What's the
Wednesday.
Oh, who's married
Catherine
to
Zeta-Jones?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Catherine
I didn't enjoy her
Zeta-Jones.
performance. I thought she could have been a little more over the top.
But they
and
weren't
also,
even in the show.
That's fair. And but like when they were in it, they should have been in it. Is what I'm saying. And then I liked Jenna Ortega's portrayal of Wednesday. I thought it was done well.
Over
And I-
Christina Ricci's?
Well, Christina Ricci, yeah, that's a hard one. Christina Ricci will always be a good Wednesday.
Yes.
I like they brought her back,
Me too.
but I'm so sad. Well, I don't want to give it away, but you should have seen it by now. But I mean,
It's 2024, for God's sakes.
But I mean, they killed her
I
character
haven't.
off. I would have loved to have seen her character for a couple more seasons.
I love the costumes and I love the stylized features of it. I just couldn't get into the story.
Interesting.
So
I will say this: if you go to the very end and you see who the killer is, they
Oh.
say to go back and watch it, and it changes you how you learn. There's the clues were there all along.
okay.
But anyways, so I don't know. I actually binged it. I watched the entire 8 episodes in 5 minutes.
I did. Wow. I finished it too. I mean, it gets better as you keep watching, but I still had my issues with it because it's the Addams Family. It's not Wednesday. Does that make sense? And I would have preferred an entire show about them rather than just a show dedicated to her.
Yep.
Now I get it. There has to be a lot of strong female characters and things like that, but I feel like that dynamic only worked as a family show, not as a character show.
Interesting.
So a couple of series that I did get into: White Lotus season 2.
Season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Love, and I love
Over
Jennifer
one though?
Cool-
So
I have, one seems like a distant memory. Like
It did come out a long
Fair.
time ago.
and
it was like last year.
Where's my drink?
Oh, I'm sorry.
and
I'm stealing people's drink.
and Chippendales.
I haven't
I
seen
didn't
it.
see Chippendale
It's,
haven't seen
it's,
it.
It's
Is there
camp.
dick?
What? Why would you think that?
Because it's Chippendale.
Oh,
I want to see Swinging
I'm
Richard.
kidding.
Swinging Richard. That's a good one.
Yes.
It's campy and it's weird, but it's good. It's good.
So let's go back to
White
the
Lotus?
White People's Lotus. So
White people notice.
season 1 I thought was amazing because I felt that you were pulled in from the first episode all the way through to the last episode.
I agree.
White Lotus 2, although darker, I enjoyed that. And although it was a good storyline, it didn't really develop into like the third, maybe the fourth episode.
Interesting.
But
I
by
agree.
then, it's almost over. So at this point, I was like bored for episode 1. I was bored for episode 2. Episode 3, I was like on the cusp of, if this doesn't go anywhere, I'm going to be really upset. And then I was like, shit, I already watched episode 3. I might as well watch episode 4. So then when I saw 4, I was like, oh, okay. And now I enjoy what it became. I just didn't like how we got there.
Right.
I think they could have developed the characters, and we really didn't like find out the depths of the 3 men.
Was that the
which
gay
were-
mafia?
What do you mean the gay mafia?
Yeah.
Is that who they were supposed to
Well,
portray?
No.
At the end, he's talking about the Jennifer Coolidge people
Yeah.
surrounding Jennifer Coolidge.
It was just a cast of characters that were grifters that would
Yeah.
find rich people and kill them.
But they were wildly like, I mean, that one kid who wasn't necessarily gay, but was kind of forced to
He was
be
gay. He wasn't forced, honey. He was gay for pay.
Was he gay?
He was gay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no,
Gay for
he wasn't
pay?
gay, but he was doing those things because he knew at the end of the day there was a big payday.
Yes.
I think it was
So-
survival too.
That
Fair.
too,
They
yeah.
had something
Yeah.
on. They did you watch White Lotus?
No, she doesn't watch
You know,
TV.
you've
Oh,
been
you
on
watch
vacation.
TV?
I mean,
Yes.
Hard.
you know, last year you
Stop.
were on
You're-
vacation.
Yeah.
I was on vacation. I was on.
You were a Cunha!
Couldn't you leave, bro?
I was on a leave of absence.
You should probably catch up.
Yeah, I've seen it. Meaning, you know,
You know of it? Yep.
no, I've seen the previews.
Yeah.
I've seen the
I
previews.
just love Jennifer Coolidge. I have to tell you,
I
she
did
just,
too.
there's something.
But her character also in season 2 is very annoying to the point where I was actually glad she died.
But she
Wow.
died in a. Well, it
But
was comical.
She
the way
was
Yes.
annoying in season 1, though.
Not that annoying. She was really annoying. But I will say this. I kudos to the writers because she died the way she should have died. That is exactly what would have happened to her no
In
matter
real life.
what.
Yes.
She went out with a blaze.
Sure, wait. Okay, so here's so let's so rumors. So apparently Greg was on the boat.
Are you giving it away?
Oh, her husband?
Her husband.
Oh.
Remember he went away?
Yep.
And you should have already seen it, so I'm not giving spoilers. So F you all. So if you watch the subtitles, when she begins to fire, remember we don't get the point of view. We just see her shooting the gun and closing her eyes.
Right.
In the subtitles, you see Greg and they're calling her name, Portia, and she shoots, I think, like 4 times, but there were only 3 bodies.
Oh wow.
So rumor is that he will have survived the gun shootout and be mourning her death in the next White Lotus.
Interesting.
Now with all of his money. So
Ah,
that's the
twist.
rumor. That's
twist.
the rumor. Don't know if that's going to come true, but if they say you go back and you watch season 1, you'll notice that his intent is to get to meet her and to like he was picking her off as a mark in season 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting too.
I thought it was so beaually shot in Santorini, Italy. I mean, it
No, it's
just
Sicily.
or Sicily.
It's
Sorry,
Sicily.
sorry.
Santorini's in Greece.
Greece. So,
I
totally
late.
different.
I
What
just
time
became
is it?
I just became Darnella. I'm so sorry.
in Italy.
That was a
We're Greece.
Darnella
We're
response.
I thought it was. Can we cut that again? I thought it was so beautifully shot in Italy and the villa and all of that. Oh my god!
So if you're ever to Sicily, it's beautiful. I mean, all of Italy is fucking gorgeous and wonderful and amazing and beautiful, just like that. Like,
Goodness
I just want to
graciousness.
escape to that.
Yes.
Really.
I've been very blessed to have gone, or lucky to have gone so many times. But it's amazing. It's wonderful. That's the one thing about Italy that you can. The food's amazing. The people are amazing.
Yeah.
Like.
The culture, the art, just
Yes.
the spirit, and
there
the
is so much culture.
yeah.
It's so great. Like here in California, people are like, oh my God, California, but we don't have culture. We don't have any type of like civility or whatsoever because we're a very, very new.
We're a new country.
We're a new country. Thank
so
you.
Very young.
So where would
Like
be
California in particular, I'm so sorry.
No, no.
I'm so sorry. California in particular is a kind of like a new country.
No, just in general, like the United States.
No,
is a
no,
unique
no,
country.
no. I mean, what I'm saying is what you're getting to.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, the UK, Europe, London. I mean, that's where civilization technically started. Not started there, but all over the world. But
Yeah.
it came there. We were the last. We're the last to have like come to. Maybe even Hawaii would be even further than that because they're so far out. We're the last. We're the last. There's not a lot of like, we can't look out our backyard window and see the Acropolis up on the hill or, pyramids or, cenotes. We're off of La Brea and Fairfax going, this fucking pothole.
That's our contributions.
How's that sewer run off in the ocean? Glub, glub.
Wow.
Plus, we're a melting pot. Like Rome is a culture, and it's you identify. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Where
Should continue.
No,
yeah,
no.
Roman culture.
So,
Is she
there's
drunk?
hundreds of years building a culture and
Correct.
an identity with
Thousands, if not more.
So that's ingrained. We're all over. What happened? Did you spring off?
That was not me.
Oh God! Did you get electrocuted?
That's second time I've heard that.
I did nothing.
Somebody's popping.
It's you, Lewis.
It is me.
It's you,
What are you
Lewis.
It's this.
Oh.
That's like the third time you've done that. We can hear it. It's being picked up on the audio. You can't edit
Why
that
did
out.
everybody look at me? I'm like, my hands were like this.
We thought the
I'm
crystals
not
were falling
doing
out of your
anything.
hat.
I fidget a lot. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So forget that. I'm just curious. Anywhere in the world that you haven't been, where would you want to go?
Who, me or Darnella?
Anyone. I mean,
Darnella.
just-
That's Darnella. She needs to
Darnella.
get the
Like
fuck
if I
out.
could just
Oh.
choose if
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
there or not.
I mean, what interests you as far as travel?
Hawaii.
What-
I'd never go anywhere else. I love it.
Wouldn't you want to visit somewhere?
Exotic.
Couldn't you? Wait.
I mean, I went to Europe as a young kid, like 12. I was in Germany, and we went to the Netherlands and things like that, and it was nice. I mean, I wouldn't say, but I really strive to go back to Hawaii.
Finland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. No,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
I found everything I want there. I was at peace. I was there for 2 weeks. I found peace there, and I was a young
Interesting.
16-year-old, and I never wanted to leave, and I've been striving to get back there.
Are you raising your hand, Daniel?
Yeah,
No, I'm
stretching. What is
stretching.
the deal? You gave me such a dirty look earlier.
You?
Yeah, totally.
I did?
Yeah.
In reference to?
Yeah, when we're like
In
where-
memoriam?
No, where do you want to visit for? Where's the one
because
place?
You are the one person in my mind that needs to get the fuck out. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in like a fucking book a ticket
Yeah.
and just go boop,
You're right,
boop.
you're right, you're right,
We've
you're right.
arrived.
Yeah.
Darnella
And I'm
in
not
Paris.
talking about Hawaii. I'm talking about like Italy.
Yeah.
Somewhere where
There's-
you cannot control, somewhere where you're forced. Here's what I love about Italy. You are forced to slow down. There is no rush. They don't care. They're like, we're gonna make your espresso when we make it.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Sound
yes.
effects.
So there's a couple of places that I obviously want to go to. London is one, Paris is another, but the number one place that I want to go to is I want to go to Mykonos.
Oh.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But you're not a gay man. Oh, wait.
It is a gay mecca. It's a
even the
huge-
better, even the
Yeah,
better. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have a fabulous time. No,
You will, but
no, but it's like from what I see, it's beautiful.
it is.
It's beautiful. It's majestic. It's like it's so like non-city.
Well,
Right?
it is. There is city. There's also the tourism portion of it. If you can find a safe haven in the non-tourist areas, it's even better. I found that in Paris, and I was like forever in love with Paris because you hear things like, "Oh, Parisians hate Americans," which is true, but it's
Right.
our fault. We go over there with these high and mighty intentions, and people stand in front of the Statue of Liberty. People stand in front of the Eiffel Tower, and they're like, "Bonjour," and you're like, "Oh my God, that's terrible," because Parisians are taught from a very young age civility in their classrooms. They are very proud of their country, period. So you cannot change them of that. They are proud to show you whatever they have to offer. We don't have that here. So I think when we
We
go,
actually hate our country. It's weird.
yeah, well, I would.
No,
I don't
no,
blame them. I don't blame them because there are works of art. I mean, the Louvre is 26 miles of works of art. I mean, I only experienced 4 of those miles, and I was just like,
Did your mother fall again?
"Oh God, no!"
Oh,
And she wasn't
I have to
with me.
bleep that out. Oh my God, thanks, Angelo. Thanks a lot.
Oh, she has a thick skin.
So says you. Anyway, so,
I love you, Cecilia.
there's nothing. It's the most amazing feeling to go and walk the streets of Paris and Italy also too. And just see something that you want to eat and you get it and you eat it because you never know if you're going to come down that street again.
Right.
So you should
Interesting.
always
Yeah.
you should always eat. Who cares? You're walking like 14, 15 miles a day and you don't even realize it. And that is the best part. It's the same goes for Italy. So when we were in Italy with my friend, I want to say Dana, you have to bleep her out. And so we were like, where are we going? Let's go left, let's go right. We purposely got lost and we ended up at some amazing restaurant. So it's just one of those things where, and by the way, like Italy and Paris is a large area. Italy is, if it depends on where you are, you really can't get lost. I mean, all the streets truly back to Rome. So it's I don't know. For me, I enjoy the adventure. I enjoy the unknown, and I enjoy like, what am I going to eat today? Like, what delicious, amazing thing am I going to have an opportunity to kind of
Taste.
partake in?
All of
That is the thing about Europe.
Yeah.
Every corner has a little bakery or has a little market or has a little bread shop
God,
or
it
a little
sounds
coffee shop.
amazing.
That
Sounds
is one thing I do remember. And I remember a lot of stone streets. That was always kind of cool to me because out here we have concrete,
Concrete.
and asphalt.
Yeah.
So
And
boring.
they've kept it.
Yeah.
They've maintained, even in New York, meatpacking district is still all cobblestone.
Oh, wow.
Which is great because that's like the birth of America. Like, it's really interesting. And then even like to go back when I was in Hawaii last year, this is going to sound super cheesy, but to be a part of, well, number one, the Kilauea was erupting and grandma took me there in 84
Yes.
when it was erupting. So that was kind of like poignant for me. But then to have Mauna Loa erupting on top of that and to see Mother Nature in action of the lava and the fountains. And it was just like, wow, like that's how it was made. At the end of the day, nothing else matters. You can be like, oh my God, I only got the most amazing salad at the Ivy,
By the way, it's Mauna Loa.
Oh,
Just FYI. Just FYI.
I'm so Darnella, our resident pronunciation queen.
Just saying. Just
Darnell,
saying.
where were you born?
In Torrance, California.
Torrance.
Yeah,
Okay. Where's your family from in Hawaii?
China.
Wow. No, both of my parents are born in Oahu.
Oh, like me.
Yeah. Yes. In Wahiawa.
Wait, sorry, I
In
coughed through
Wahiawa.
all the entire
Yeah,
thing.
you sure did.
So
But
start
anyways,
over again. Say both my parents are from.
both of my parents were born in Oahu in the city of Wahiawa.
Like me. Okay.
Yes.
I was born at the Kaiser right there.
Ah.
I was born in Panama City.
So funny.
Have you
But
been
wait,
to-
but
have
your
you been to
parents,
Europe?
are they Hawaiian or what is their nationality? What are they?
So Filipino, Spanish,
Okay.
Chinese, Dutch, Puerto Rican.
That's
so
why.
Yeah, so the Dutch and Puerto Rican is on my mom's side.
Okay.
But all of the Filipino, Spanish, Chinese is both of my mom and dad's.
So you're not
Like
Hawaiian
say-
at all?
Not Hawaiian at all, period
I
whatsoever.
thought you were Hawaiian.
Thank
she
you. I
pretended.
do. I do.
thought.
So here's the thing. Here's the great thing about the culture of Hawaii is that if you learn it and you embody it,
They embrace you.
Yeah. Even,
Correct.
Yeah. Even though it's not, you're not blood,
Like Avatar.
right?
Which was a good movie, by
Yeah,
the way.
and so I became really involved with hula, and so there was a what is called a halau, which means a hula group that is in Carson, California, and I'm so proud to say that they were the first group outside of the Hawaiian Islands to get invited to the Merry Monarch,
Oh,
which
wow.
is, yes. You know what it is?
I think I do. It's the big hula.
It's the big, so
Yeah.
how I describe it is the Olympics of hula.
Yeah.
It's, you cannot be invited to this competition unless you are invited.
Do you hula dance?
You can't perform unless you've been invited.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
Yes, yes.
I do.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So this hula group, this halau that I was with, got invited before I joined the group, And so one of the reasons why they got recognized is because their men were so like masculine and powerful, and they kind of like made an impression. So they got invited, which means that if you're going to take the men, then you have to take the women because it was a men and women's group. So I got to compete in the big island of
Nice.
Hawaii in Mary Monarch 94, 95, 96.
Wow. Did you win it?
Wow.
Did you guys win or place anything?
In 94, the men placed.
Oh, okay.
But the women did not place. But just to be
Asked.
Right.
just
It's
to
an
be
honor.
asked
Yeah.
and then to compete was amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's it was just amazing.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always loved it there. I always wondered what it would have been like had I lived and like was raised there because I was born there and then we lived there till I was like 3.
Right.
I think it was, and then we came back here and I've lived here my whole life. And then my mom and my stepdad took me when I was about 16 years old. We were there for 2 weeks, and I didn't stay in Waikiki. They had rented out like a beach home,
Uh-huh.
and it was right there on the beach.
Yeah.
So I would hear the ocean when I go to bed,
Absolutely.
and I was like at peace. At that young age, I was very angry and kind of like sad. That was the first time in my life I just felt calm. I remember sleeping in the park and waking up and just being like, "This is paradise." Like if I died, I hope that's what the end life is that awaits you,
Yeah.
because it was just
Yeah.
so calm. And I remember swimming in the ocean. It was really like 75 degrees all year long. And you would see the turtles. That was the coolest
Yeah,
part. You'd be out
yeah.
there not knowing anything. And
Uh-huh.
you just, it's this turtle just, what's up? Just fly. I was like, whoa. And Hanama Bay was awesome. Oh, swimming with all those fish and scuba
Yeah,
diving. And
yeah.
I'm not that kind of guy to go scuba diving, but I thought that was really fun too. So
Your dad took me boogie boarding.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. But we was in Waikiki and it was all full of coral. And
Yeah.
I kept getting washed into the coral.
Ow.
And so I kept
Ouch,
fucking getting my
ouch.
hand cut.
You have to
You
go
know, it was awful.
When we did surfing lessons, that was the one thing he told us. Make sure you don't touch the bottom because you're going to cut your foot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I remember it was a source of pride for me because I had a scar on my foot because I had touched the coral, and I was like, "Dang, I got it from Hawaii. Yeah, that was awesome." But it's gone now. But I remember being really happy, and surfing was fun too. Even though it was
I've
just
never, I
never?
no.
oh, it was
No can do. No can do.
it was peaceful. Like I could understand the connection between nature and the board and just being on it. Like you just felt nature pushing you and controlling you, and you had nothing to do with it. You were just riding it. It was really cool.
Yeah.
That was. I have a lot of good memories of that trip, and I've always wanted to go back, and I wouldn't come back if I had the choice.
I was just gonna say, do you find yourself like wanting to perhaps live your life there?
I'd retire there. If the
Yeah.
show hit and he was
Uh-huh.
like, "I don't want to do it anymore," and I had enough money, I'd never see you guys again. Not because I don't love you or anything.
Yeah.
That's where I would go.
It's just so expensive.
It is. You're right. No,
And
I
I think
don't
that-
Well,
disagree with that.
California is expensive as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna find like somewhere in Cancun, Mexico, or something where it's like it's equally the same but cheaper. And the thing is, like when I was there last year on the Big Island in Kona, I was so sad that it was so not connected.
Things are changing.
It
That's what I
was
heard. It's different now.
Nothing but Caucasian. The Costco was filled. There was not a lick of ethnicity, even working, which shocked me because what I loved about Kauai the year before was our high-end residences that we were staying in still had local people working, and they were very happy working there. Excuse me. And what I loved about it is I asked them, "Where do you go eat?" And they go, "Oh," and they were so happy to share.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where do you go
yeah.
purchase your produce? And they were so happy to share. In this instance, it was all what they call haole.
Yeah.
It was all even the
Howlies.
cleaners.
Hapa howlies.
So where are the locals being pushed out?
I think they definitely were pushed
Okay,
out.
yeah.
Where I'm not sure. They say Hilo.
Okay.
They say it's poorer. And it's a little more affordable.
Yeah.
Everything in Kona was ridiculous.
Yeah.
All of the, staying in Kona was very high end. You're raising your hand.
I am.
I'm going to stop talking
Okay,
now.
so really quick. So Hilo was where the Mary Monarch was. That's where they have the competition.
Oh, okay.
So Hilo is a very like sacred part of the Big Island because it's kind of like untouched. You know, like that's where Pele resides. You know, the goddess of fire, and so to say it's poor, I get that, but it's always.
I don't mean that in a negative
No,
way.
no, no,
I just mean,
I-
like,
and
that
I
was what was told.
That was
Yeah.
what's described.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't mean that in a negative way either, but to just give like a little bit bigger of a picture, it hasn't been as conglomerated. It hasn't been
It's
like
untouched.
right.
Commercialized.
It's been
all what do you call those locals?
Well,
Well,
yeah.
even in I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but
no.
even in Maui, I still came across locals
yes
that were very
Yes,
proud and like,
absolutely.
this is where I eat.
yes.
This is where
I know.
my
I know.
poke.
We're talking about Hilo though.
Correct.
But
And the Big
Kona,
Island.
Kona is different.
Kona
Kona is
was-
absolutely different.
It was a completely different society. Very Republican, very older, Caucasian. And I was like, wow. And I will say this. So every time we've gone on hikes and walks, any island, Maui, Kauai, Lanai, whenever you encountered people on your walk, good morning.
That's
hi,
true. I
aloha,
remember that.
right? Not in Kona.
Yeah.
I didn't get one salutation at all whatsoever. I was shocked. I felt like I was just shunned. And of course, my friends are Caucasian, so they were like, well, we had a fine time. Of course you did. But people looked at me like I was crazy, but I could feel like there was a sense of racism there.
wow.
Yeah. That's how I felt. I was shocked because even when I went to Costco, I was like, what? And like, what people were just running people over. It was not love and aloha. And that's the one thing I've always loved about the islands is that no matter who it is or what it was, everybody was always very open and welcoming and like, aloha. Oh, no problem.
Yep.
Let me tell you, not in Kona.
I
It
agree
was
with that.
Not like that.
When I went to Oahu, I remember because I'm really shy, but people would be, "Hey, how are you? Aloha," and I would remember going, "Oh, this is interesting," and I would acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shy. I was
Right,
like, "Oh,
right,
this
right.
is weird," and I could see myself falling into that because you could feel that something about I don't know the island, just feeling that.
Yes,
the
yes.
sense. It's a different like when you come here. Everybody's separated. You
Yeah,
don't talk to nobody.
yes.
But when you go there, it's like, oh,
It's
hi,
very
aloha.
different. Yeah, it's
and I
very
loved
different.
that.
It didn't feel like that in Kona.
Interesting.
Which made me sad because
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
very
number one
interesting.
thing that's always been, and even in populated Oahu and even in populated Maui, I was shocked. I really was shocked. It was not as welcoming and friendly as I've been exposed to before in the past.
So just real quickly, an old neighbor and a friend of mine lives in Hilo, and he loves the fact that they live off grid. So that seems to be part
Right.
of that
Yep.
lifestyle there. If that appeals to you, they're growing their own
Right.
vegetables and whatever, and it's very laid back.
Oh yeah, the
Although
island.
he says,
all
you know,
laid
at
back.
borderlines, he struggles with the isolation at times,
Yep.
but loves the environment.
Right.
So I don't know enough about Hawaii. It's appealing, but I don't.
I would-
I haven't traveled to Hawaii.
I was just
enough.
going to ask you.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
I have. I went for our cousin Nikki's
Oh, yeah.
wedding.
That was in Maui.
It was in Maui,
That's fun.
and it was
Maui's so
beautiful.
fabulous. It's my favorite island.
but
she
it's
got-
also becoming populated also too. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no,
your
no,
story,
and she got
finish.
married at the Ritz Carlton, so that was another level of beauty. But it's hard for me to just sit on a beach we did the tourist stuff. We did the 7 Mile.
7 sacred pools.
Yes, and
The road to Hana, which is
I mean
like,
it's beautiful, but it's not my lifestyle.
I was actually really thankful that my parents didn't take me on the Waikiki kind of tourist thing. They because my mom and my dad had lived there, so my mom took me and she did all the things that she did when they lived there.
I remember the street they lived on. They lived on Magazine
Yeah,
Street.
I actually
How
went down there
crazy
and
is
I
that?
saw that, and that was always fun to hear all the stories because I'd always, I never really got to spend a lot of time with my parents when they were together because I got divorced when I was about 5, so it was kind of interesting to see that they had their own life there, and they seemed seemingly happy when they were there, but I always wondered what it would have been like to live there and kind of be a local. I don't know. Would I have been a surfer? Would I have worked at a Korean restaurant?
Totally.
You know, I like just all the
Totally,
ideas.
You would have worked in
Totally.
tourism.
I would have been all brown and a shaka, you know?
absolutely.
Aloha. I would have talked like, what is that, pigeon talk? Is that what
Yeah,
they
it's
call
called
it?
pigeon. It's
Yeah.
called, or broken English.
Yeah,
or
my
both.
my dad sometimes he'll talk to I can't do
brother.
it. Yeah. But he'll talk
Pig Latin.
He'll say something
It's not
something
Pig
about
Latin,
a lot
by
of
the
it,
way.
and then say something weird.
It's not Pig Latin. But anyways, go on.
But he'll every so often he'll speak like that. And he'll tell me stories about it. Yeah, I love it. I think in my parents' time, that's when they were the most happiest. So maybe that's another reason why I want to go there. I don't know. But I always like it.
should.
Oh, I will. I definitely want
Yeah,
to.
you absolutely
You'd be
should.
surprised. You can also find that environment when you go to Greece, Croatia.
I know.
And I'm just saying.
No,
And
I
it's
know.
cheaper and the waters are pristine.
Yeah.
There's nothing will ever compare to jumping into the waters off of Greece and you're like, oh my God.
Why are you trying to mess with his dreams right
I'm
now?
not. I'm just
Jeez,
trying to,
my
I'm trying to get
God.
him to like
But see, Danny
taper
wants
out.
me to
Yeah,
expand.
I mean, he can visit.
Hold on. Danny wants me to expand, which I agree with. You should
Yes,
always expand.
Absolutely.
But what Danny thinks, I guess, for him, he's trying to look for, I found in Hawaii, kind of thing.
Oh.
If that makes any
fair,
sense.
yeah.
It absolutely makes sense.
You know, like I could go to Greece and I'd love it.
Yeah.
I can go to Germany and I'd love it. I can go to France and I'd love it. But nothing is gonna take away the emotions and the feeling I had in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a spiritual connection, it seems like, for
Exactly.
you. Yeah. I felt that way in Rome.
Oh,
I
nice.
see, isn't that weird? We all have our
absolutely
own
loved
little
Rome.
We all have our
Yeah.
own little emotions with you say in Rome, mine in
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Danny likes to travel everywhere, so he gets that everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's everybody's just different. I would love to go to Greece. I would love to go to Rome and to Italy and to Sicily and to I'd love to go
Yes.
back to Germany. I miss Germany. You know, it gets dark at there like 10 o'clock at night. It's fucking weird. Because over here it's like
What?
8, right? The sun's barely starting to go
Yeah.
down. At 10 o'clock it starts to go dark over there. It's so
That's
strange.
fucking insane.
Higher up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh my God.
if I could
now
just
she's worried.
Oh my God, I do not swear. That's so
Apparently you do.
unladylike.
I was going to say, yes,
That's
you do.
so unladylike. That's so unladylike.
And there's
I'm so
hours of
sorry.
audio of you swearing.
Oh my goodness.
that did come out of your mouth, Daniela.
It's not unladylike to drop an F bomb.
Oh my God.
So if you ever want, so when we went to Thailand, my partner and I, that was a vacation that really took us out of our element because the language is totally different, the culture is very different. So part of that adventure is seeing all the temples and the floating markets, and we rode elephants. and
cool.
yeah, it's so
Question.
yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What's a floating market?
So that's a good question.
Little
So,
boats.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
With
I
little,
thought. But
little
that's what I thought.
planks.
yeah, they're canoe-like.
Uh-huh.
They're canoes
Yeah,
that
right,
take
right,
you down
right.
like these rivers, and
swim
along
deep.
the sidelines they sell their wares and foods, and
Oh.
and you can go for miles, and it's just it, and it's exactly what you would think it is.
Okay, okay.
It's just ancient and mystical and interesting, and but again, in riding a toot-toot and the dangers with that, and it's just again, I felt like I needed something to take me. I didn't want to go somewhere where there was a McDonald's
Yeah.
or
I get
so
that.
Americanized or
I get that.
commercialized, even though Bangkok is a major city.
What'd you say?
Major city.
And that's the first one for Danny.
But that just sparked curiosity.
So where would you? Okay, so if you had an opportunity to go, where would you visit this year?
Prague,
Oh, nice.
Croatia comes to mind. We
Croatia's
really
nice.
want to go to Greece. I have not been to Greece, and I would really like to go to Greece.
I want to go to Japan. I've never been, and I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah. So again, it's any of those things that take us out of our head, right, and put us into it immerses us into something unknown.
I want to go to Jordan, like Petra.
Oh, wow.
I've always wanted to go to Petra.
The Middle East, huh?
I don't know why, but I've always felt this like I'm gonna go there one day.
Do you like the name? Is that why?
No, just 'cause, that's like one of like the UNESCO heritage sites. It's like in the mountains. Where it's like in Indiana Jones. Have you ever seen it? Where like that's that city in the rocks. In fact, actually, they were just in the news because it flooded.
Oh, wow.
So they were pulling people out like by the droves on these trucks because all of the flash flooding was coming over the mountains. You literally have to camel there because it's so like remote.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
And they don't allow like vehicles like past a certain point, but it's this old ancient city that's carved into the rock.
Nice.
So welcome to the Travel Channel.
Yeah, right.
You know what's interesting is I hear there's like a city in Mexico where Chinese live and they live underground.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I just heard about this. I don't know what the city's called though. But there's a
What?
whole entire community of Chinese people that live underground in Mexico.
Kunya! That's never get old.
I have not heard of that, but that
I
sounds
heard either.
fascinating.
Mexico
Wow.
City would be nice. I've actually never been to Mexico City, and
Oh,
I
have
heard it's
I?
gorgeous
Yeah,
and beautiful
yeah,
and wonderful.
yeah.
The food's amazing, the culture, the clothing. They say everyone dresses super nice, like they look down upon tourists.
Well, that's how I felt about Rome.
They look down
Walking
upon
your-
tourists.
Oh yeah, because they
I'm
don't.
sorry,
We
I'm
don't.
No, no.
Especially in Italy, like he's about saying Rome,
Oh.
we don't dress well. They dress well.
I bump it up when I travel, though. We
Oh, do
really
you?
Oh, yeah. And we tend to pack light and buy clothing in the local whatever
Yes.
shops.
Economy,
Yeah.
sweatshops.
It's fun. No, it's kind of fun. It's you kind of feel like you're dipping into
Yes.
other
Sweatshops.
culture. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
To go back, they live in Mexicali.
Ah,
Yes.
that's called
Mexicali.
Pacoima. That's Pacoima.
Inside the basement tunnels where Mexicali Chinese immigrants once lived.
Ah,
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
We should go.
Yes.
Go right now.
To
what if Kirstie Alley's
Mexicali.
buried there?
They immigrated there. Isn't that weird?
Yes,
strange.
very.
He's all misty. Kirstie Alley'd you.
I'll listen to it on the replay.
Well, we hope y'all enjoyed this Travel Channel episode.
Yeah.
We're done already?
Yeah, we'll do another.
Oh my god, we're gonna do 3?
Wow.
Listen,
Okay.
Kunya!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I love that! I love that! I love that!
Well, I mean, we've talked about a lot, including traveling. I
Yeah.
mean, this could be a travel episode. So,
Yes.
well, we're getting a we're getting,
Sorry. Okay, so listen. I know that I have been told that I don't like to share.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna bring this up.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
So it looks like we ran out of time. I know, just when it was starting to get good, Darnella sharing something we were not expecting. And neither were you guys. And I know you all would like that. However, learning how to be a producer, my cousin would tell me, you got to stop it there. You can't give it all away. So sometime down the line, I will find a place for this one too. Just like I found a place for this one today. So just keep your eyes peeled, or I guess your ears up, and we'll see what happens when Darnella actually shares something with us. And I gotta tell you, it gets pretty good, kind of juicy too. All right, so again, like, follow, subscribe to our new Instagram page, and we will see you next week. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Okay, bye.